Hey guys, what's up? And today I will be doing the small part, the 3.5 part of my last story. Now, I'm not gonna go into much in this little bit here, but I'll just give a quick reminder of what happened last time. Last time, when Raditz decided to stay on Earth for a week, we saw how him and Goku grew close and how this sort of was a new light to Raditz. And even after Raditz left, he still cared about his brother, and upon finding out about the Saiyans coming, he gave them a warning and has decided to try and defend them. Now, I'm going to quickly jump back in with the story, so let's get going. Now, we continue with Goku and Krillin in Otherworld at King Yama's house, or palace even, and we can see him pointing them in the direction of Snake Way, which now is where Goku and Krillin are going to start heading down. Now, because Krillin is here, I believe Goku will be not falling into hell, because Krillin will make sure that Goku doesn't do anything Goku-like. And at some point, after like a few days of running, this becomes a race for the two turtle students, which makes them move a lot faster, which means they're covering a lot more of Snake Way. However, once arriving at Princess Snake's house, they decide to call a halt for their match and just have a rest. They are making good time, they think. Now, once entering, they meet Princess Snake, and Krillin does find the princess to be quite attractive. As we know, Krillin doesn't really have an issue with, well, aliens or androids, and he finds her very pretty, as I just said, and this makes him a bit awkward when he interacts with her. And Princess Snake does find the two Earthlings, well, the one Earthling and the Saiyan, running down this track to be quite intriguing as well. But she does find Krillin a little bit more interesting. So there is no attempt of her trying to eat or kill the two of them. And after they spend a day's rest and eating, they both head off again, with Krillin saying he hopes to see her again. I will be doing something with that. Now, after about 120 days, which is 4 months of them running down Snake Way, they do arrive at King Kai's house. Originally, it took Goku 5 months or 177 days. That's when Goku arrived. So they've managed to shave off a month and a bit. This is because they're both stronger, and it was a race, so they were moving a lot faster. And for now, I'm going to leave these two here, just beginning their training with King Kai, and we'll come back to it in a minute. Now, over at Capsule, back with the Earthlings, they have all arrived at Capsule Corp, which Chaozu and Tian are a little bit confused about, but Yamcha, upon finding Bulma, after saying hello and everything, starts explaining his plan. He says, Raditz told me on his home planet, gravity was greater than ours, which helped the Saiyans grow a lot stronger. So he was thinking that if Bulma could build something like this, something that makes gravity higher, it might help them train and get faster. Making their training easier or harder, you know what I mean. So he was wondering if Bulma could build something like this. For a moment, Bulma does look a little puzzled, but after a couple of minutes of thinking about it, she believes she could build it, but it might take her a few months. Now, they are happy to hear this, and they think, oh, we should just stay around in case you need help or anything. So Bulma offers them a room to stay in, and just before she can show them where this room is, Piccolo appears. Now, instantly, Yamcha takes a fighting stance, getting ready to take Piccolo on. But Piccolo telling him he was there to train, he wanted to help stop the two Saiyans from destroying Earth. The group really doesn't believe this, though, and is almost ready to attack him, but Piccolo says again, Kami did send me towards you. And with all the group really having a lot of trust in Kami, they sort of do not, attack him and sort of calm down a little bit. they're on high alert just in case he does do anything dodgy. But, you know, it will... It's an extra training partner. It will help them. Now, they start training for 2 months, which means Goku and Krillin are still running Snake Way at this point, and their power levels have grown. Yamcha's gone from 799 to 900, with Tien going from 565 to 650, with Chaozu going from 415 to 579, and Piccolo going from 730 to 865, which I didn't really give an exact multiplier for. I just gave them all a decent increase. The group hasn't actually got really attached with Piccolo during this time. He sort of keeps himself distant and only really interacts with them when he needs to train. And even then, he only trains with Yamcha, being the only one who's relatively stronger than him. And each time Yamcha gets the feeling that if he was to give him an opening, Piccolo might just kill him. Now, after these 2 months, Bulma comes out and says the thing's complete. She managed to fully complete this gravity room. However, she couldn't get the gravity to go any higher than 5 times at the minute. And this is because I believe she doesn't have as much Saiyan tech as she did. And she was sort of on a bit more of a short notice thing. So the group are happy to hear this, and 5 times Earth is better than nothing. So they all begin to train in here. This does help improve them, and for the next 9 months they train in it. The only reason they stop is because Piccolo gets angry for losing one day and blows it up. Now, after this, the Earthlings don't really see much point in training in it anymore, waiting for Bulma to repair it and all that. It would take her a little bit longer. However, they believe they're at a point where, they don't really need to spar that much. And if the Saiyans are any stronger than them, hopefully Goku and Krillin might be a bit stronger. They still spar, just a little bit lightly. So they don't really grow that much. Their power levels after these 9 months of training in 5 times Earth gravity is Yamcha goes up to 11,700, Tien goes up to 9,750, Chaozu goes up to 7,527, and Piccolo goes up to 11,245. The reason I've given them such a big increase is because what I did is I halved Goku's original multiplier from the canon, which was 20 times, and pull it down to 10, and then because there was 4 of them, I added it up to 13 and gave them all a 13 times multiplier, which has made them quite strong. But now Krillin and Goku have both mastered the Kaioken, and they've both almost got down to Spirit Bomb. And after these 7 months of training, their power levels are now... This is the most shocking. I have given them both... I gave Goku a bit of a higher multiplier. Being a Saiyan, he would have benefited more from taking hits and all that. I gave Goku a 26 times multiplier. So Goku is now 20,800. And Krillin is 20,625. They're both stronger than Vegeta at this point. But, Now, at this point, it's been 11 months since they found the message. So, Goku and Krillin spend the last month training and mastering the Spirit Bomb. And then they begin... But the Saiyans haven't arrived yet. It's been a whole year and they haven't arrived. However, so Goku and Krillin decide they should head back to Earth just in case. However, they will take it a bit slower. So the two decide to jog down Snake Way. It's not going full speed, but they're going enough to cover it in a short amount of time. And going past Princess Snakes, they do stop and, have a little chat with her. And she is impressed. They do seem like they've grown a lot stronger. And Krillin even flirts with the princess a little bit, which is because of his newfound confidence. He's much stronger, so he's a much more confident person. Now, she does flirt back a little bit with him, and after a day, they do say their goodbyes, and there's a little bit of something going on there between Princess Snake and Krillin. But anyway, now, because they were jogging and they're a lot stronger, I believe it would only take them 2 weeks to get back. And yet again, the Saiyans aren't here yet. And when they make it back to Yama, when they make it back to King Yama's palace, they get sent back to Earth, and instantly everyone can just sense how much stronger than they are. They didn't really hold back when they showed up, and the Earthlings get excited. They're like, there's no way we can really lose with this power. This is incredible. Which they aren't really wrong about. And Piccolo's sort of being in shock on how much the gap has grown between him and Goku in such a short amount of time. Anyway, off on Earth, on a planet maybe 3 or 2 planets away, Raditz falls to the ground, and he just isn't moving. You can hear 2 Saiyans laughing off in the distance. Then Vegeta and Nappa walk out, and they call Raditz weak and pathetic, and they just wasted his time. Now they know where Earth is. They can just look at his pod. And then you see them then set their eyes towards planet Earth. And this is about where I'm going to leave it. I've set it up for the Saiyan Saga, which, is good. It means I can just cover it all in one next time, and maybe a little bit more. But I'm going to say now, I have made the group so much stronger than in canon. But this is like the best way I saw it happening. It's going to make the Saiyan Saga it might make it a bit boring, but I'm going to try my best to make it interesting. And I really do hope everyone enjoyed this. And I hope they found this one interesting, as I quite enjoyed writing this one, which is weird, as I was worried it was going to be like such a big gap between the Saiyans and the Z Fighters. So I hope you enjoyed. Have a nice day, or a good night, and I'll see you next time.